Alexander Murray is an American-based company based in Los Angeles, California, founded by myself, Steve Lipp. I started the company back in 2004 and named it after my great uncle, Alexander Murray, who had a great influence on my life. Even though Alexander Murray is an American-based company, my roots and Alexander Murray's roots are definitely in the heartland of Scotland, where both of us were born. That is why I'm here, back in Scotland on my journey home to retrace both my roots and my uncle's roots, and to visit some of the countryside and distilleries that have shaped my life, which has set the foundations for the Alexander Murray company and brand. I've been in the Scotch whisky industry for 25 years now, 15 of which I've lived in California. But fortunately, my passion and my work allows me to come back to my homeland. It's in this land that you have the purest of water, the most golden barley and the freshest of air, all of which contribute to making the finest of Scotch whisky. The distilleries here, they go back centuries, and traditions are held on very tightly, with many still producing whisky the same way they did at the very beginning of their lives. If you're fortunate enough to visit these distilleries, it's a fantastic experience. Here you absorb the history, the smells, the flavors, and the traditions which have been held onto for producing these great whiskies, all of which are contained in a bottle of Alexander Murray Scotch whisky. So here we are, we've come to the place where Alexander Murray was born. Behind me in the farmhouse, he was born back in 1911. Alexander Murray, he was my great uncle, he was my father's uncle. In Scotland, if your name is Alexander, it's short to Sandy. So he was my Uncle Sandy, that's what I called him. He was a great character, he was a hard-working farmer. Even though he was a farmer, he always was very dapper. He wore a tweed suit and a cravat to farm the land. Uncle Sandy, he was always making me laugh. I spent my summers and weekends here. He would let me drive his old tractor. Behind me we're surrounded by the fields, and it was here that he grew barley for the Scotch whisky industry. He spent his whole life farming this land. Uncle Sandy, he would always carry a silver hip flask, and every now and again he would give me a swig of whisky. So even at a young age I got a good taste for the water of life. The Alexander Murray company and brand represents Scotland, its history, the hard-working values and humour of its people, its lush and plentiful land, and it's my experiences and philosophy which we bring to you in every bottle. But the journey doesn't stop there, so join us as we continue on our path of discovery.